What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, or should I say Scentsy addicts, because today we are discussing every Scentsy addict's favorite thing, the Bring Back My Bar set. This set of 25 is returning in January 2022 for the month. You can purchase them on my website or your consultant's website. You can put them in your Scentsy Club. Now this year Scentsy has done something different for this round. They have 10 exclusive bars that you can only add to your Scentsy Club. So if you don't have a Scentsy Club and you want to try any of the 10 bars I'm going to mention at the end of the video, you have to start a Scentsy Club in the month of January and add them in. Or if you already have a club, you can just add them into your club. The ones that you want to try, all of them, you pick. The ones that we're going to discuss today, there's 25, and you can obviously add these to your Scentsy Club or purchase them in the month of January. Sometimes Scentsy will do while supplies last, so I'm not sure if they're going to do that. Now, I will say before I get into the descriptions and my first sniffs, these are not my first sniffs. I've smelled every scent but one. I'm looking forward to my first sniffs on that one. I'll let you know once I get to it. So these are just cold sniff impressions. Really, it's all about the warming. So I will warm through these bars, and I've actually warmed quite a few. There are many Tester Tuesday videos. I will link down in the comments below the list of all these scents that I have already done Tester Tuesday videos for. Those are a little bit more in depth, a little bit longer, but if you want to hear more of a short, contained review, I'll try to do that at the end of January. So let's get into it. The first scent is a red wax, and it is called Ambrosia. Scentsy says, like sweetest fruit salad ever, tropical pineapple, mandarin orange slices, juicy pears, and ripe Concord grapes with hints of jam and fruit nectar. Yes, it's very jam-like, almost like a raspberry jam with a little bit of a perfumey twist at the back. A medley of fruits. Let's see, I can't really pick out, I mostly get jam, which for me is like strawberry raspberry. I get like fruit nectar, and I get a little bit of a body care note. I did warm this, and I just will let you know, for a fruit scent, this is quite long lasting, and I think it was from memory about medium intensity in the warmer. So that is Ambrosia, great for the fruit lovers. The next one is called Banana Nut Bread. This one has returned quite a few times since I've been a consultant. So it's a creamy beige color with the beautiful new packaging that we get to see. This is Scentsy's original scent that kind of got Scentsy going. So it says, right from the oven, with ripe bananas, nuts, and spices. Now, banana scents are very hard to do because they don't come across as authentic. So sometimes they smell a little bit candy-like. Let's give it a sniff. Yes, for me, it's a candy banana. And once you warm this, you do get mostly the candy banana at the beginning for about the first 4 hours. And then the nuts, the spices, and the bread comes out. It's not very spicy, so if you're worried about that, don't worry. But after 4 hours, if you don't like the candied banana, after 4 hours, you get a really nice bakery tone. So that is banana nut bread. Now, my son Ryan really detests this. He calls it banana dirt bread, but it has many fans. I'll probably pick up another bar of this. So that is banana nut bread, and I'll just warm it when he's not around. It's pretty strong, and from my recollection, it's not very long lasting, but it's okay. So the next scent is a favorite of mine. It's a club scent for me, and I love it. It's a yellow wax with a red front, and it's banana berry. Scentsy says, lusciously sweet banana cream layered with succulent strawberries. So it's a creamy fake banana with a strawberry. Now, for some reason, I love this banana, probably because I want a baked good to smell authentic, and this reminds me more of a tropical drink or something like that, that I'm okay with it being a little bit different. The creaminess of the marshmallow cream, banana cream, kind of really helps this out. Now in my home, I get about a medium level performance in small rooms to medium rooms. I would never dare warm this in an open layout because I just wouldn't get that much from it. But scent appeal is really high for me. I love banana berry. I'm not huge into fruity scents, but this is probably one of my favorites. So it is a Scentsy Club scent for me. All right, the next one is Bananarama. This one is a yellow wax. Now, I have warmed this before. It was an old bar, and I didn't get the greatest performance, so I'm really looking forward to giving this one a try. Scentsy says, sweet, golden, ripe bananas. Yeah, and it's the same banana that you're kind of getting, just more of a basic version. It's a sweet, what was I eating recently? A banana Laffy Taffy, and I didn't think we had Laffy Taffy, but I did try some at Halloween, so that's what this reminds me of. So you could add this to many different fruity scents. Say if you wanted banana berry a little bit more banana, you could add some Bananarama. So the next one we have is Blue Raspberry Ice. I did a Tester Tuesday for this recently. It's a white wax. Scentsy says, remember racing to the neighborhood ice cream truck for those red, white, and blue ice pops? This fragrance recreates those perfect childhood moments with a stack of sweet cherry, icy white lemon, and blue raspberry. If you're a cherry scared person, don't be scared, because I find you don't get a lot of cherry. Kind of once I could pick up the cherry, but mostly I get a bright, sweet lemon and the blue raspberry. And blue raspberry is an artificial, note or flavor, but it does pick up correctly in here. So it definitely reminds me of the Rocket Pop, but it's almost like the cherry level kind of melted off and you didn't really get much of it. So yes, it's a very fruity, uplifting, kind of makes you in a good mood. It's a little bit juvenile, but that's okay. And it's about a medium intensity, and for longevity, I would say, average to slightly below average from memory. All right, the next one is one of my daughter's favorites. We have a blue wax, and note, this is the only one I believe without the new clamshell, and there's no bring back my bar sticker. This one's Blueberry Rush. It says a sweet surge of ripe blueberry leads a luscious bouquet of lively cranberry, black currant, and pomegranate. So this one has a lot of heaviness to it. It is strong. I get blueberry. I think I get black currant. Do I get cranberry and pomegranate? Hard to pick up, but together it makes for a deep, dark blueberry scent. It's somewhat sweet and somewhat, tartish at the same time, if that's possible. Let me just take out the bottom. Yes, this would be something that sometimes I mix. Oh, it's a little bit sweaty. Sometimes I mix with like a lemon or a cake just to switch things up, because it's not my favorite, but it's strong and fairly long lasting for a blueberry scent. I think it's the cranberries and the pomegranate and the currant that just carry it through. So this is a good value scent. It is Blueberry Rush, a fan favorite, one of my daughter's favorites. All right, the next one I have is a purple wax, and it's called Boho. And Scentsy says, a bohemian fragrance of clove-studded winter apples, entwined with juicy black plums, candied mulberries, and cinnamon stick. So a medley of fruits with a little bit of cinnamon. I have warmed this a long time ago. It's been a while since I warmed it, but it's almost like a first sniffs for me. Yes, it's a really nice medley of fruit. Not overly heavy on any of those notes. Yes, it's very uplifting, a little bit fresh with the fruits, and I don't get a lot of spices. It almost reminds me of a fresh air with the fruits. A little bit of plum, the winter apple. Mulberries I don't really get. Mulberry bush was kind of noticeable. I don't really get that in here. But yes, I'm looking forward to trying this again because it's been a long time since I warmed it. I don't even remember anything about performance. I'd probably have to go back and watch my own video. So that's Boho. And trust me, if you're a YouTuber, you do not want to go back and watch old videos. It is painful. It's even painful to watch new videos. Anyway, the next one is Bubblegum. I just reviewed this last week. It says the true scent of baseball card bubblegum, sugar and cotton candy with a hint of mint. So if you're old like me and you did pick up baseball cards, now you don't get the gum in the baseball cards. You just get the cards. But back in the day, you got a long stick of gum and they wrapped it in foil usually, and it had like a dusty outside and it smelled like bubblegum, traditional bubblegum. Now this one they've added a hint of mint, and there's just a hint of it, but you can kind of pick it up and you pick up that chalky outside. Yes, so if you're wanting one that's kind of juvenile and fun for the day and flirty, then pick up bubblegum. You could add this to a lot of different things, just add a sweet confectionery note to it, a scent. So definitely consider mixing this one up. I warm this in bedrooms and small enclosed spaces. I wouldn't put that in my open layout. All right, the next one is called Casting Spells. This is the controversial one of the bunch. There's always at least one or two. So we have a green wax. This one says a bewitching blend of apple drizzle, roasted pears, and cinnamon bark. Now this was a September scent of the month from about 5 years ago. And like I said, this is a love it or a hate it scent. And I think scents like this, some people smell certain things and other people don't smell that thing. So it's kind of like In vendor wax, you have zucchini bread. Zucchini bread, some people smell like delicious bakery. Other people smell corn chips or dirty feet. I think this is one of those scents. Not that it has zucchini bread in it, but it's one of those like, what do you smell? It's a fork in the road kind of scent. So for me, it's very sweet caramel apple drizzle with almost like a jelly bean, like a lemon jelly bean or a pear jelly bean. So when you warm this, different things come out. At first I get a very, very sweet caramel scent, apple. I get a little bit of that jumpin' jelly bean type note from Scentsy. And then I think if I remember correctly, it turned into like a weird bread with butter. And then later it turned into a cold craft dinner smell. And my husband was the one that pointed that out to me. So don't blame me about the craft dinner. But yes, it's a very interesting scent. I didn't hate it, but I don't think I'd want to have very many bars of this. But obviously it was voted back for a reason. So that is Casting Spells. It'll be interesting to see what the other YouTubers and the general public think of that one down in the comments section below. All right, I have a white wax with a red front, cherry almond pie. It says Orville's favorite dessert, graham crackers, sweet almond cream, and cherries. This is a very strong scent, not very long lasting. I get a lot of almond, like an almond with a cherry, almost like an amaretto kind of feel to it. I don't really get the crust. Some days I love this, some days I hate it. I just have to be in the mood for this one. Lately, I've not been in the mood for it, but obviously I'm excited for the people that have this. It's a good, strong scent. All right, the next one is a red wax with a red front, and this is one of my husband's favorites. He loves this one, Cherry Limeade. Zesty key lime, sweet cherry, and juicy berry, a delicious scent reminiscent of a soda fountain drink. So if you like scents like Rainbow Sherbet, Rockin' Ruby Raz, even Paradise Punch, you're probably gonna like this. Paradise Punch is quite different, but along those fruit punch type of, there's wax on the top, fruit punch type of scent. It's strong. It's definitely open concept worthy, this one. And being a fruity scent, not very long lasting often, but the payoff is worth it if you like strong scents. That's a good one to go with. You definitely get a lot of cherry and you get like a fruit medley with it. The limeade part, let me just smell it just provides an uplifting note to the background, mostly cherry. All right, the next one we have is coconut cotton. This one says sun-warmed cotton, creamy coconut milk, bright citrus, and white sandalwood transport you to a cabana on a tropical beach. I call this my nemesis scent. Most people have a few of those. What that means for me is I love the scent or I enjoy the scent on cold, but I can't smell it the greatest when it's warming. It's a tricky scent for my nose to pick up once it's warming. But I'm always willing to give it a try. So we have a pretty blue colored wax. Yes, you definitely get a gentle, almost like a creamy coconut, tropical in nature, almost like clean and pure, with almost like a linen sheet that doesn't have a laundry scent. It has a clean cotton scent, and not like I said laundry, almost like it's been outside in the clean, outdoors, drying on the line. Yes, I always say picture like one of those bachelor or bachelorette dates if they're on a tropical beach and there's white linens floating all around and there's like a coconut kind of scent in the air, and that's coconut cotton. Very pure and fresh and like relaxing. So the next one is Grape Granita. This one says sun-warmed grape and pineapple with undertones of honeysuckle. Yes, this is it's like grape pop without the fizz. And you get a little tiny bit of a brightness in the background. I think that's the pineapple. And you get the gentlest floral. Every once in a while I pick up almost like a tobacco flower from this, and I'm not sure why. It's very minimal, maybe like 10%. But this is a very, very strong scent. This is open concept worthy. So that is Grape Granita. All right, we have a couple Huckleberry scents. This one was a former scent of the month. It is called Huckleberry and Clementine. Matches my shirt. Scentsy Purple. This says Huckleberry Preserves, Clementine, and a sprig of strawberry vine. So this is a very, oh, my clamshell's broken. This is a very strong scent. Strong and tart. Huckleberry is kind of like a derivative of blueberry. If you could picture a blueberry and maybe like a red grape mixed together. I've never tried a huckleberry in real life, but You definitely get mostly huckleberries, a little bit of clementine, and maybe a little bit of freshness from the strawberry vine, although you can't pick up that it's strawberry vine. It's just kind of there way in the background. It's mainly huckleberry. Huckleberry, clementine, tiny bit of strawberry vine. So very strong and very long lasting. This is an excellent value scent. Definitely open concept worthy and a great mixer. So this is a really good one. Nice to see that one come back. One is a green wax with a purple front, and that's beautiful packaging on that one. Huckleberry Sage. It says tart, ruby cranberries, and sweet purple huckleberries dusted with silver sage. When I first tried this many, many years ago, it really bothered my nose. It was the silver sage. It has an airy kind of quality to it. So you get a huckleberry, but you get almost like a depth, kind of similar to the depth that you get in Blueberry Rush, like a dusty depth in the background. But then you get like a brightness of the silver sage. So it must be the silver part that's giving that dusty quality. But this is something that most people love. Me, I don't love it. I've grown to appreciate it, but it's still not a favorite of mine, but I think I'm in the minority. Most people absolutely love this one. Most people say it's company friendly and most people wouldn't get offended by it. So as long as I'm not coming over, you should be good to go. But like I said, I've come around quite a bit to this one over time. It's a good example of how your nose can change. So even if sometimes you don't like something, you might like it years later. All right, the next one we have is Mandarin Moon. It's a pretty orange color wax. This one I've warmed in Tester Tuesday, but I had a very small quantity of it. So I'm actually feeling like I'm gonna experience it for the first time. It's a spirited cinnamon and glowing ginger, illuminated by sweet orange and star anise. Now, star anise is like a little star-like spice. You often infuse it into things. Yes, this is a really, really well done. The orange is kind of muted and soft, and all the spices just gently blend. Very gentle. It's not a like in-your-face offensive scent. This wouldn't probably not offend very many people, even if you didn't like citrus, and even if you didn't like spice. I bet you would like this because it's about it's like a little bit below medium in intensity, but very, very well done. It says spirited cinnamon and glowing ginger. I feel like it is a glowing scent because it's just a beautifully well done scent. This is really nice. Looking forward to that one. That is Mandarin Moon. All right, the next one is Maui Mist. Pretty color. This says creamy bouquet of rose, lilac, wood, and musk drizzled with creamy vanilla. Now I'm going to tell you, out of every scent here, I feel like this is the longest lasting one. Because this one just goes and goes and goes and goes. I put this in Drew's room and it went many days. And to me, it really reminds me of my mom, like the smell of my mom. A little bit of a dusty, I don't know why they call it Maui Mist. There's nothing in here that's tropical. There's nothing in here that's misty to me. It's a little bit woodsy, a little bit musky, and I definitely get a little bit of floral, and it's powdery in nature and it changes as it goes. So about a medium to a medium light from memory, but very long lasting. Great bedroom scent, great bathroom scent. All right, here we have another controversial one. The sun's coming out. This one is Midnight Fig. Dark, dark, dark wax. This says earthy ripened figs and golden berries tempered by musky woods will open your eyes and captivate your senses. Now I remember this is a love it or hate it scent. So this one does get juicy for some people. I don't mind this. It wasn't a dislike. It wasn't a like. I don't mind it. It does smell a little bit earthy. Fig can kind of smell like dirt to some people. I think it's pretty well done here, but it's a little too earthy, grounded for some people. So if you're one of those people, try mixing it with Welcome Home, or if you have it, Walnut Raisin Muffin. It mixes very well with both of those scents. So I would say about a medium, and from my memory, it's very long lasting. So I wouldn't warm this in an open layout, but in a medium sized zone, it will do fine. All right, the next one is a big love for many. It's a beautiful pink girly wax. It's called Pink Haze. This is a sweet confection of berries, nectarine, and vanilla laced whipped cream nestled in marshmallow fondant. So picture like a beautiful Instagram photo of a birthday cake. It's a fancy birthday cake. Someone paid a lot of money. There's the fondant. It's pink. There's some berries and beautiful, clean, pristine decorations in the background. Looks like kind of like a dream. And that's what this smells like, because it's very dreamy and creamy, but from the marshmallow fondant, but you get a tiny whisper of the raspberry. I don't really get nectarine. On cold, you kind of think this smells a little bit bland, but once you put it in the warmer, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm living in a marshmallow pink fluffy cloud of goodness. So that is Pink Haze. I love this one. I have stockpiled this in the past, so I have quite a few, so I don't think I need to put it in my Scentsy Club. It's not an open concept worthy scent for me, but anywhere else in my home, I would give it a go. And this is a really good one, so that is Pink Haze. All right, the next one we have is Salted Caramel Cupcake. So this is a brown wax. So this one here, let me go over the notes. It says creamy golden caramel with hints of cocoa and delicate sea salt crowns a buttery cupcake. So this is a bit of a heavy bakery, a heavy, deep, rich bakery. I think it's the cocoa that's probably doing that. It says creamy golden caramel, hints of cocoa, delicate sea salt, and a buttery cupcake. Yeah, not a lot of sweetness, kind of like a deep, rich bakery. You picture one of those fancy artisanal bakeries that everything is made with like brown sugar instead of white sugar. That's kind of what you get here. It's funny, when I warmed this years ago, it wasn't a favorite of mine, but it's definitely strong enough from memory for my open layout. But when I warmed it, my daughter came home that day and she said, "Are you warming Amber Hollow?" So there must be a tiny little shared characteristic for Amber Hollow. I don't say that to scare you, but I just say that in case you are really nervous of Amber Hollow. She made the connection, and earlier on that day, I had made a connection. So both of us had made that connection. I will obviously definitely give it another go, but I just mentioned that in case you're on the fence about this one, in case that helps you. All right, the next one doesn't have a Bring Back My Bar sticker. It is called Shimmer. Get your girly girl on. Sweet cherries, velvety apricots, and sensual white musk, crowned with a tiara of shimmering spun sugar. This one is very long lasting. It's about a medium to a medium light. Oh, it's so pretty. It's girly and sweet. Do I get any of those notes per se? Maybe the most I would get is white musk and spun sugar. The cherries and the apricot just kind of blend into the scent. I think if you're someone that likes maybe Lucky in Love, Plum and White Woods, those type of scents, you probably should give this one a try. So Shimmer. Shimmer is a winner. I really like that one. The next one is a favorite of mine, probably in my top 5, because I am a vanilla girl at heart. I don't care if you think I'm plain Jane, boring, whatever. I love vanilla. So this one is just like me. It's simple. Simply vanilla. So this says, the pure fragrance of classically warm vanilla. Now where I'm reading it says French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. Scentsy sometimes has different scent descriptions, and they didn't actually include a flyer in our workstation this go around as I filmed this, so I'm just going off a previous flyer. But that kind of makes sense. French vanilla has a difference. It's a little bit less bakery and more pure, maybe a fragrant, some people say floral, but I would consider like maybe a fragrant vanilla. And the coconut milk is that special ingredient. It doesn't make it smell like coconut. It makes it smell fancy. Fancy and simple vanilla. This one here, I warm it in bedrooms. I love it in bedrooms. I've actually warmed it in my open layout and it's done okay. Some people wouldn't because they don't think it's strong enough. Vanilla scents often suffer from being a little bit lighter. And if you get a vanilla scent and you know it's freshly poured, it often benefits from a little bit of a, rest and sit down in the cabinet before you decide to warm it, because sometimes vanilla notes take longer to develop. So keep that in mind if you're warming a freshly poured bar. I actually have some older bars that I'll probably be warming rather than warming my newer bars. I like to warm my oldest stuff first, and I suggest you do the same, but love this one. If I had 3 thumbs, I would give it 3 thumbs up. So that's Simply Vanilla. Great mixer. Great mixer if you want a non-foodie vanilla, and there's definitely a lot of cases that you don't want a foodie vanilla. You just want a basic, pure, fragrant vanilla. All right, here we go. First sniffs. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store. This is like a birthday present for me because I've never smelled this one. It's an older scent. It's called Spiced Orange Harvest. So the scent notes are strong, sweet oranges, spiced with cloves and cinnamon. So it'll be interesting to see how this compares to Mandarin Moon. Okay. Okay, Mandarin Moon has a little bit more spiciness to it, but it's still very muted spice. Spiced Orange Harvest is more of an airy, lifting orange with the gentlest of spices. Let me smell the bottom. This reminds me of like oodles of orange versus this one would be, I don't know, maybe a sun-kissed citrus orange, but they're definitely soft oranges, but this is more airy and light. And Mandarin Moon maybe has the tiniest bit more spice. Oh, this should be nice. Nice fall and winter, but you could probably sneak this in any time of year. So it'll be interesting to see how that one warms. Spiced Orange Harvest. I think I'm going to add it to my Tester Tuesday voting. Next video. All right, the next one is probably a top 10 scent for me. It's a club scent for me. It's a beautiful mixer. It's a wonderful scent. It's pink, and it goes by one word. Sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar is such a good scent. Okay, let me read you the notes. It says fruity blend of lemon drops and cotton candy. That doesn't really cut it because there's not a lot of lemon that you can pick out. I think the lemon is just there to kind of support that cotton candy, but the cotton candy is like a perfume cotton candy, a body care cotton candy. A lot of people say this is like Aqualina's pink sugar. I've never actually smelled that, but I'm going to take people's word for it. Great mixer. You can mix this with so many different things. If you're not sure, just mix it with sugar and it'll improve it. Now in my home, this is a pretty good performer. I would definitely warm this in my open layout and it would do just fine. And for longevity, I would say about average. So I love this one. Definitely going in my club. I had it in my club, but I took it out because I knew it was returning. Okay, the last of the 25 that we have here is Thunderstorm. Most beautiful color, blue. Dark blue wax. Says very refreshing, sharp, spicy outdoor fragrance like the breeze in a storm. Now, I remember a few years ago when this came back, they talked about like a spicy rose. So picture like a bunch of florals, an aquatic, bright, zingy, not quite spicy, but kind of spicy, like deep, dark feel to it. You get the earthiness from the ground. One time I described it like you pulled weeds out of the ground. It smells very earthy, but you can smell florals. You can smell the freshness of the aquatic. Unfortunately, I like this one, but unfortunately my husband, he really dislikes it. He complained about this one. So Thunderstorm might be warmed on a day that he's not here. So that's Thunderstorm. So let's not forget the 10 exclusive club scents. I'm going to tell you, I have a few testers here. The first one is Aussie Plum. It's a melange of juicy plum, pink grapefruit, and tart pomegranate with smooth vanilla. There's a lot of plum in this, I remember. And there's a zinginess. And there's a dusty, like earthy quality in the background. It's about a medium intensity from my recollection. In the fruity category, Aussie Plum. The next one is Bora Bora Blossom. I don't have that one, but it says get lost in a balmy combination of succulent island fruits and lush orchid balanced with a kiss of fresh green violet leaf. I've warmed that many, many years ago. I remember I enjoyed it, so I will be adding that one to my club. The next one I do really like, and I will be putting in my club to get more. It's called Caramel Pear Crisp. Scentsy says perfectly ripe pear and juicy nectarine blanketed in a brown sugar crust and topped with a dollop of warm caramel cream. All right, Hendrix. I've warmed that before. There's a Tester Tuesday video. It says rock and roll with an electrifying blend of earthy patchouli, glowing sandalwood, and bold pink pepper harmonized with sweet tobacco flower. So that is a very there's definitely a lot of patchouli. That one's a long-lasting scent. I was okay with it, but it wouldn't be one that I would put in my club to get more of. I was okay with what I had. The next one is My Home. It says a new name for our favorite spicy cinnamon and floral scent, a must try. That one I don't really care for. It reminds me of Welcome Home with a floral. To me, those two notes just didn't go together for me in terms of scent appeal, so I probably will not be picking that one up. I might though, because I haven't done a Tester Tuesday on it, so we'll see. The next one is Oats and Honey, which I have here. It says a buttery mix of toasted oats and Tupelo honey, oven crisp with vanilla maple. I'm not sure if I said that, if it's Tupelo or Tupelo. I'm sure that could even be wrong. This is a very nice, strong, rich, buttery bakery scent with a lot of oats, and I call it the GBD, the Golden, Brown, and Delicious Factor. Good mixer and good on its own and nice and strong. All right, the next one I have is coming up in Tester Tuesday this week. It is Simply Rose. I haven't warmed it yet, but it did win second place. So this is an open bud of classic floral fragrance, the scent of pure rose. Yes, almost like a pink rose, very strong, assertive. The next one, I don't have a bar, but I have a tester. It's Southern Evening. It says, like a trace of perfume lingering sweetly in her wake, this romantic twirl of French lavender, geranium, subtle fruits, and white musk will prove an enchanting escape. To me, this reminds me a lot of stargazing without the powdery, hazy notes that stargazing has. So if you smelled that, and you can kind of get rid of the dusty, laundry, hazy kind of notes, then that's kind of the backdrop. You can smell musk, you can smell fruits, you can smell, it smells like the air is rich with a sexy man and a sophisticated pretty girl, and they're deciding if they want to get back together. That is Southern Evening. That one, even though it smells strong, I find I have to put it in a small zone, but if I put it in a bathroom or something, it'll just last forever. If I put it in a bedroom, it lasts a fairly long time. I tried it my open layout, it did not do well. So for me, small areas are best, and if I put in a small area, it's very, very, very long lasting. All right, Toffee Butter Crunch, I have that one. This one says salted caramel glaze, candied walnuts, toffee, and vanilla bean. All the ingredients for a delectable sensory confection are here in one sweet, intoxicating fragrance you'll savor all season long. Yes, I think if you like scents like salted caramel toffee or those type of rich scents, and at the bottom it has a little bit of a bakery tone that's perfect. And I remember when I warmed this, my son thought I was making French toast. So I don't know if he was picking up a little bit of, maybe he thought he smelled maple. I don't really smell maple, but yeah, this smells very, very nice. I think it must be the candied walnuts that are giving it that very nice earthy bakery tone. So that is really good. This will definitely be one I'm going to put in my club to get a bit more. And the last one on the list is World Traveler. It says blackberry, dark pomegranate, and oak bark inspire adventure. So that one I don't have. It was a very like earthy berry note that was very, very, very long lasting, like probably one of the longer lasting Scentsy scents that I've experienced that I can remember, because I remember putting it in. It was like at least 5 days in my son Drew's room, and I had to think to myself, I'm never going to get through my Scentsy warmings because World Traveler was lasting so long. So I probably will not put that one in my club, but you never know, because I don't have a Tester Tuesday video out on it. I might. So that's a long video. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Please make sure to tune in late January and see what I have to say after I've warmed and rewarmed some of these to revisit them. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. We have a tight-knit community here. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Please take care and stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.